Love and blessings to you. Thank you so much for being here. We're studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today is lesson number 249. Forgiveness ends all suffering and loss. What a beautiful, beautiful reading this is today. Forgiveness paints a picture of a world where suffering is over, loss becomes impossible, and anger makes no sense. Attack is gone, and madness has an end. What suffering is now conceivable? What loss can be sustained? The world becomes a place of joy, abundance, charity, endless giving. It is now so like to heaven that it quickly is transformed into the light that it reflects. And so the journey which the Son of God began has ended in light from which he came. Father, we would return our minds to you. We have betrayed them, held them in a vice of bitterness, and frightened them with thoughts of violence and death. Now would we rest again in you as you created us. Forgiveness ends all suffering and loss. Well, I have to tell you, as a little continuation from yesterday's talk, my friend who was going in for surgery today, last night we had a women's meeting, a group where we do yoga, dance, and meditation. I made some cacao, and we ended up doing like an hour-long Reiki share on her, where we just laid our hands on her, told her we loved her, cuddled her, held her, told her she was safe, told her she was surrounded by love. And this is my roommate who is going in for surgery today. And it just felt so amazing to have like 7 women surrounding her and just loving on her in whatever way was possible. And the thunderstorm was happening and the lights went out, so all we had was our candles around us. And it was just like the most beautiful scene ever. So we all felt like we really gave her exactly what she needed to get her ready for today. And then when she comes back and it's recovery time, we'll probably do the same thing. But the weird thing that happened to me yesterday that I wanted to share is that I went into a panic and became unconscious in the middle of the day because I'm in the preparation of moving from Florida to Missouri, and there's some arrangements that I have to make, like emailing things and uploading things and sending links and all this stuff. And so I had notes written down on a piece of paper that was also evidence of something that I had to submit, and that piece of paper is gone. And so all these like ego beliefs and memories of probably 20 years in the Army where nothing was ever lost and everything was on time, all of that started coming into my mind, like, Sherry, what's wrong with you? How could you misplace this? You're so irresponsible. Oh, if you don't submit this today, you're going to be late. You're going to have to pay a fine. Like, it was literally the end of the world. And I could observe myself, but I was kind of paralyzed in it, where I was totally angry. I was like holding my head like this, and I was like, just one fucking piece of paper. Like, oh my goodness, where's all this anger coming from? Well, honestly, now, today, after the beautiful night that we had last night, I just know that the things that are coming up for me when I do go unconscious, it's meant to come to the light. It's meant for me to see, like, okay, you still have some perfectionism in there. You still have some issues with making mistakes, and, you know, no one's going to die when these things happen, but I put so much pressure on myself. And my mind is showing me, like, this is still here. So, you know, this journey is so incredible, because as much as you may feel like you're on top of the world one day, the next day, it's like part of your plan is to receive that awareness that everything isn't perfect just yet. And the longer that those things remain in your being, wherever they are, the more havoc gets wreaked in your life. So for me to have that happen to me yesterday, and then have such a beautiful night last night, helped me release a lot of judgments that I have against myself and grievances that I have with myself, with behavior that I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of making mistakes. It's like, why? But I don't know. But whatever the reason is, I don't care. I just know that I'm letting it go. The energy's going away. Now, the other thing that I'm doing right now, my neighbor and I are making food. We're basically catering for this yoga therapy, advanced yoga therapy program that's taking place here, which used to be the Amrit Yoga Institute, but now it's kind of a different scenario. But anyway, we were hired to prepare the food, 3 meals a day for 6 days for this amazing group of women that are here doing this training. And so that has also been a huge blessing. It's not a burden that I have to get up at, 6 in the morning and have breakfast for them and that we're preparing meals all day. It's such a good way to pour my energy into something loving and something that's meant to help the collective. So I feel like I'm being helpful. So I guess I say all that to say that whenever you have those days of you've gone unconscious and you weren't able to notice it soon enough and you really took it there, even if it was just for an hour or so, if there's anything that you can do that is a completely selfless act of giving in order to make the world a better place, whatever it could possibly be, lean on your brothers and sisters, offer to help your brothers and sisters, because I think that is really what saves us, is being helpful, especially when we're having those moments of going unconscious and forgetting ourselves, our true selves, and letting the ego kind of rule for a little while. So the ego got an hour or so of me yesterday, maybe 2, but that was it. So the other 22 hours of the day I claimed for God, I claimed for my right mind and my higher self, and I feel like my life is about service to the good that is in me in order to reflect that out for anyone else who might be here in this illusory experience with me. So thanks for joining me. I love all of you so much. I appreciate your being here. I hope these lessons are giving you that like really deep crevice view of what might be hidden in your mind, and that you have compassion for yourself when you go unconscious and you kind of lose your, that mask of everything's fine. Or if you normally have a mask of like resting bitch face or whatever, like whatever your mask is, when it falls off because you've gone into your programming and conditioning mode, have compassion for yourself. It's temporary, it'll pass. And if you have sisters or brothers around you that can support you or you can offer help to them during those times, I think that will help you get back to peace a lot quicker. So have a great day, and I'll see you back here again on the next video.